Omegaverse, where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Merris.
Hello.
It's Merris Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, yeah?
I've been working on this for a long time.
Is it? It's probably not Tracy Twyman, is it?
It's not, although that will probably be the next episode.
I'm pumped for that one, because only I know who she is in the whole world.
That's true. And I'm not even going to spoil it for you guys, so you can go in blind on next week's episode, but trust me, it's going to be interesting. But this one, I hope you're ready for this absolutely unhinged adventure, because I have ended up on multiple watch lists for this research. I have gone down some very dark and musky roads to bring you this madness.
Shout out to the CIA and FBI who's listening.
And NSA. Don't
whatever.
forget them. Yeah. But first, I would like to plug a small business. Me, Merris, and Willow received some beautiful items from Chonky Girl Crochet. I got some rad fingerless gloves, and Merris and Willow each got a very well-made, beautifully done scarf. The packaging was on point, and the items are really well done. So I crochet, so I would know. And I would like all of y'all to head over to Facebook and give her page a like and buy something, because it is vital to support small businesses. When you do, you're supporting people like us. It pays our bills, puts food on the table, and there's just something really special about something handmade. It's magical.
Even if you're not a chunky girl, even if you're sort of like a squat trans guy.
Yes, indeed.
Sort of, not fat, but just sort of sturdy and stocky. I got a scarf.
Yes, and you like it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you a small business? Would you like a little spot on our pod? Reach out to me. My contact info is in the description of this podcast, because small businesses got to stick together. Okay, so moving on. What am I risking a lawsuit covering today? The Omegaverse, that's what. Lillian, you may cry at your listening device. What in the fuck is that? Well, it's fuck, for starters, but more specifically, it's werewolf-inspired porn, or wolf-inspired porn.
Yeah, that's just, everyone's tuned into another show again.
It's fine. But there's nothing paranormal about werewolf porn, you cry? Ah, true. I mean, well, kind of, whatever. But this involves some crime. Or lawsuits. Close enough. Look, it's weird, and it's a thing I know uselessly, so I want you guys to know it too. All right? So most of the information I present to you today is from several YouTube videos and a bunch of articles, including the New York Times, that I read, and I need to stress that I am not exaggerating any of this, nor did I make it up, though I wish I would have, because it's a wild ride. Now for the content warnings, which I don't think I've ever done for a Merris Monday. If your kids are in the car, you turn this shit off right now.
I gotta go.
Listening at work where others can hear? No, you are not. They're about to hear a whole lot of stuff, and they will surely never look at you the same way again. So here are the warnings. Listener discretion is advised. Sexual violence, non-con, rape, fluids, lots of fluids, breeding kink, non-human anatomy, red rocket.
The God is mad
God's
at you.
angry. It's thundering right now.
Yeah.
It's fine. God's been angry at me since I was born. And just levels of cringe so bad that your ancestor's going to wince and then perhaps abandon you, for this is hell, and all the devils are here. Oh, and incest and male pregnancy.
Yeah.
So enjoy all of that. With that out of the way, what is the Omegaverse? Simply put, though it's now grown, and every word I'm going to say in this episode is going to sound sexual, and it should, because this is horny on levels unseen before. Anyway, it's grown past its tropey inception, but I digress. The Omegaverse is also known as ABO, which stands for Alpha, Beta, and Omega. No one owns the name Omegaverse, but it seems to have arisen from a supernatural fan fiction where the brothers are gay werewolves, so that's something that I said. So, yes, it's been around since the early 2010s and is still gaining popularity, and I'm sure you've seen whispers of it. It's broken free of the bonds of fan fiction, and if you've ever, like, peered on your Facebook at one of those sponsored ads where there's, like, a wolf guy or a really muscly guy and a very scared-looking woman, now your feed is inundated by werewolf porn.
The wolf pack is growing.
Oh, no. So, yeah, it's not any good. To say it's a popular trope in erotica is really downplaying it. In 2021, the hashtag Omegaverse had over 357 million views on TikTok. Oh, yeah, it's on that annoying app, too. It's really, Thundering God is very pissed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Omegaverse is an alternate universe where humans are more animalistic in their mating behavior, like wolves. Sometimes they can turn into actual werewolves or just wolves. Sometimes they are stuck in wolfman form. And sometimes they don't turn into wolves, but are just human guys with very bumpy abs and a non-human dingle-donger.
No.
And sometimes they're just regular people, but with women going into heat, mates giving their mate a claiming bite, scent marking, and because it's not an Omegaverse story, if someone doesn't get nodding. And if you don't know what that means, I have discovered I can feel shame, and it's directly corresponding to me explaining that term, so I don't think I can. Use your imagination. I don't like it. It's not just supernatural fan fiction either. It was really popular in the block of fan fiction called Superwholock, which was Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock.
I hate that.
I'm not a fan. This was all the rage in the 2010s on Tumblr, a depraved hell site. We mourn its passing, and yes, it's still around, but it's a mere shadow of its former weird-ass porny self.
That's true.
But it broke the bonds of Superwholock.
It broke the nodding, or...
Oh, it nodded its way into Lord of the Rings and even musicals. Oh, boy. And Harry Potter.
So wait, are there woofuses singing, or...?
Well, let's be clear, it's not always wolves. Sometimes it is.
Turtles?
Sometimes it's not. It's not ever turtles.
Oh.
It's the mating behavior of wolf packs based on that poorly done and now proved wrong study on wolves where there's like an alpha, an omega,
Yeah, I read
beta.
that's only true when they're like in a very tight, like shitty enclosure.
Yes.
And they're like in prison. So they're doing prison behavior.
Yes, it's prison behavior, not wild wolf behavior.
Not wolfuses, no.
No. So the whole alpha, beta, and omega thing were based off that flawed wolf study. Basically, alphas are the top dogs and can impregnate, but cannot be impregnated. And yes, a woman can be an
I was about
alpha.
to say, can a girl wolf dog?
Yes, but she
Okay.
can't get pregnant. She can only impregnate.
Huh.
I don't know how it works.
Science.
Science. Like these designations should be considered a part of gender, like a secondary gender that everyone has. So you can be male or female or non-binary or agender or
wolf,
whatever.
can that be my
No,
gender? Okay.
it can't. We'll get divorced.
Oh.
And then you have a secondary trait like beta, omega, or alpha, and I'm going to explain these. Betas don't get banged very often and are usually exclusively human and work as peacemakers
Shout out to the betas.
between the alphas and omegas. Omegas are the lowest on the hierarchical rung of the ladder. They can be impregnated regardless of gender. So here's where we get male pregnancy. And it's a big thing in fan fiction. And I'm not going to yuck your made-up yum, but I will gracefully
I will.
pass.
I'm going to
Merris
do it.
he
I will
kink
judge
shame you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omegas are submissive to the dominant alphas. There are deltas and gammas too, but who cares because it's confusing and I'm stupid.
Shout out to the lambdas.
Silence.
Stupid.
So I will stick with the main themes. In the Omegaverse, omegas go into heat, and alpha males can smell it. Ugh. And then we'll go into a rut, which is there they go sex crazy.
No.
And everything in these stories is just an excuse to write some spicy non-con with a wolf man, a regular man who jizzes buckets of cum and has a giant red rocket or regular ween.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Is possessive to the point of being abusive and is all around not my cup of tea. And it's fine if it's yours. It's not the content that I'm on about.
You're a lot more accepting than I am.
I know. It's the authors. Some of them they're wild, and we'll get to that. Buckle up, because it's about to get weird. But first, Shall I read you the passage of one of these? Would you like that?
No.
I would like to very much.
Everyone's tuning out.
Oh, no, they're into it.
It's time for
I can feel
PBS
it.
or something.
There's an intensity to his tone that's new, but I just flutter my lashes at him, refusing to be pulled into anything heavy. This is meant to be a stress reliever, after all.
I'm dead.
She's talking about his wiener.
I have X's on my eyes.
Then let me enjoy my meal, I tell him, and suck his plump head into my mouth.
No.
We both groan at that first long pull.
You can't groan. Your mouth is full. Oh, God, I grossed myself out.
And as he rocks back, I lash him with my tongue. Blah, 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 blah. I'm too greedy to let him go for long, my hand gripping his base as I quickly swallow him down again.
Greed is what ruined the country.
According to Kel, I have some mad sucking skills.
No, you don't.
That is such a not sexy way to put it.
It's a plumber has that too.
Oh my God. And practically no gag reflex.
Oh, I do.
I'm not like the other girls. And pretty sure that it's just that I'm a thirsty bitch and never happier than feeling its cock
Get her some water.
Throb with pre-cum.
No.
This is... Merris is actively dying. Shit, babe, that's the best. You're gonna fucking wreck me.
Yep.
I'll stop there. You get the drift.
No. I'm drifting away. Drifting away from here.
Now look. Sorry. I can't suppress my gag reflex.
How did you make these notes?
I don't know. I was in a fugue state. It just kind of spilled out of me.
God.
Like werewolf jizz.
I need to. This is what's wrong with America. Let's go tell that Biden.
I just feel like y'all really, you right wingers going after the trans. We've got this.
This is far more pressing.
Oh yeah, pressing.
No, I need the tea bags to help me.
Yeah. So I'm going to link that book in the description.
No, you're going to
Yes,
sell
I am.
books. No.
Sure. Why not?
No.
And I just witnessed Merris' soul leave his body.
It's gone.
A lot to unpack there. I won't and I can't read more because it gets more explicit and there's non-consent and grosser things and a lot of jizz and whatnot. I just wanted to give you an idea of how these things are written. And let's be clear. I'm not shaming smut or smut writers or smut enjoyers, teabags.
Can AI do this instead?
No. I write smut, and it's probably, gonna be honest, it's a lot grosser than this. I write monster smut, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I feel like you're advertising.
A little bit. It's just I find smut silly. It's like silly fun, and what I'm about to tell you next isn't silly or fun. I'm not taking it seriously. I write naughty stories about boinking the Mothman or some D&D monster. I'm like a Lady Chuck Tingle, but dirtier. Indeed. I'd like to be clear on something else, too. Fan fiction is totally fine. In fact, some of the best writing I've ever read has been fan fiction. I'm going to link my favorite in the comments.
Is it This American Butt with Ira Ass? Because I read that one.
That's a Chuck Tingle book.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I will link him, too, because Chuck Tingle is a delight and a national treasure.
That's true.
I think fan fiction is a fine form of expression. Now that all that's out of the way, let's get to the meat of this episode. Now that we're all clear on what's going on, the terms, if you will. Here we go. The Omegaverse is heading to federal court. That's right, our tax dollars.
So America is going to do something about this nonsense?
They tried to, but anyway. Our tax dollars hard, so very hard at work as old men who went to law school and advanced their political career.
Thomas Jefferson is frowning.
Were a captive audience. So they were Omegas, basically, getting impregnated with all this nasty, nasty werewolf porn. All that jizz, vulgarity on public display. The fanfiction universe could not possibly contain the horniness of the Omegaverse, and soon, just like E.L. James and her 50 Shades of poorly written BDSM Twilight fanfiction, people decided to write stories in their own universes using the Omegaverse tropes. The first author to have done this, as far as everyone's research is concerned, is a book called With Caution by J.L. Langley. Thank you, J.L.
I'm not thanking that person.
Nowadays, most Omegaverse fiction published on Amazon is male-female pairings. But back then, it was male-male, baby. Fan fiction has a lot of gay. Because why? Our media doesn't have any representation. So we make Harry Potter gay and he boinks Draco or something. I don't know. I don't like Harry Potter. So where does a federal lawsuit come into all of this? It comes. Oh, yes.
Did
it
you
comes.
say C-U-M in your notes?
No, I spelled it properly, but I just said it suggestively. Indeed. It comes into it with a woman named Addison Kane. That's pen name, obviously. Addison got her start. I'm sorry, this is so stupid. I'm sorry. Got her start writing Dark Knight Rises fan fiction.
You mean the Batman?
The Batman.
The Batman started all this?
The Batman started this, but let me tell you.
Fucking Bruce Wayne, I knew it.
No. Her main guy that she liked from the Batmans was Bane.
Oh,
Which makes it even stupider.
That makes it worser.
It makes it worser.
Worser.
I was born in a prison in the darkness.
The darkness rises. That's my Bane.
So edgy. True story. While Merris was still presenting as female, he went as Bane for Halloween.
Well, I have taste. I don't fuck with the Batman.
I'm sorry. And I couldn't figure out if this was like gay Batman. I don't think so. I think she put in an original character that fucked Bane. Yeah. She got quite popular doing this and decided, hey, you know what? I'd like to be paid for my writing. So she took down her fic a la E.L. James and decided to change things around to make it her own. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been done by just more than Addison Kane and E.L. James. Cassandra Clare with the Mortal Instruments was once a Harry Potter fan fiction with lots of incest in that, which is gross. I will kink shame on
We
that.
all know about the 50 Shade, right? We all know about this one.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You love the fucking,
Twilight? Okay,
Yeah.
let me be clear, because I even have it in my notes, because I talk about Twilight a lot. I don't like Twilight. I think it's stupid.
She's lying, y'all.
But I love the movies because they're unhinged and they're delightful.
You love the fucking Edward.
Oh, yeah, I love Edward.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He's
Yep.
got the skin of a killer.
Yeah, it's true.
Hate you. So big name publishers turned their noses up at Addison's weird porn because she's just not very good, honestly. But a small indie press picks up her series, and the first book, Born to be Bound, comes out. This bullshit that started as a Dark Knight nasty Batman fan fiction made over $300,000. So if anyone gets on me for writing monster porn, they can lick my butthole non-erotically.
Wow.
That includes you.
Oh.
Yeah. But you can do it erotically too if you like. So she was a breakout success in commercializing the Omegaverse fiction and one of the first to feature male and female pairings. Now, in fanfic, heterosexual pairings are kind of rare. Not like super rare or anything, just not the norm. I mean, it's one of the reasons people turn to fanfic. Lack of representation, no surprise. Things were going swimmingly until a book series by author Zoe Ellis was published in 2018. And
That bitch.
That bitch. I'm not going to name the series because who fucking cares? You can Google it if you want to read it. Anyway, it was an Omegaverse book. Now remember, no one owns the Omegaverse. It's a weird alternative universe world where people mate more like animals, as explained earlier. And they're not necessarily werewolves, but they'll feature werewolf guy, whatever.
There's a lot of wolfuses.
There's a lot of wolf ideas at the very least. So basically, the Omegaverse is a subgenre of erotic fiction.
Okay, it's a universe in the erotic fiction world.
That is correct. It's a trope. And we'll get in more about tropes in a minute. So someone goes to Addison Kane, and that someone is probably Addison Kane, and it's like, dude, Zoe Ellis is a trick-ass hoe and copied your book.
Even though hers was first.
Yeah, it's like saying Stephanie Meyer plagiarized Dracula. No, she didn't. Frankly, I still am surprised to talk about Twilight as much as I do. Yeah, but Addison Kane saw this as a rival author coming onto her turf and ruining everything, and this cannot stand. So Addison's publisher, either acting on its own, but more likely covering for Addison, sends takedown notices to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and anywhere Zoe Ellis's books are. The claim stated that the plot was directly taken from Addison's book, and that, yeah, okay, she didn't invent the Omegaverse, but she did invent heterosexual Omegaverse, you bitches.
That bitch.
I love this so much. It's so unhinged. First, no, she absolutely did not. It was in the fanfic world for ages, and two, just shut up. Girl, you made your bread. There's enough cheddar for everyone to have a slice, so, like, sit down, Addison.
Right.
So here's to explain to you DMCA takedowns. That's Digital Millennia Copyright something Act. Yes. So when a platform like Amazon receives a DMCA takedown notice, this is a copyright infringement notice that takes place on the internet. They are required by federal law to take down the media, whatever it is. That way they are not liable for what users put on their site. Otherwise, no one would host user content for fear of getting sued all the time. Because people like Addison exist, basically. It's to protect poor widow baby defenseless Bezos, our dark overlord.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
The corporations.
Yeah.
They need so much protection. Innocent little lambs.
Well, they are people, so.
Yeah, probably more people-y than you. You're
Definitely
trans.
more people than ladies and
Well,
trans
sure,
people. Yeah.
because I can't even decide what to do with my uterus. That's fun. So when these takedown notices were filed...
Unless you want to shoot it.
My uterus?
Yeah, because like we're
This
pro-gun.
is America.
This is America. This is how you might want to solve your problems.
A bald eagle told me that this morning.
That's true. I saw it.
So when these takedown notices were filed, Zoe Ellis's books were removed everywhere. Even if you'd bought the book, it was gonzo from your Kindle or e-reader.
Oh, balls.
So poor Zoe, unless of course she did plagiarize. Then fuck you, Zoe.
Fuck you,
did she? No. Addison likes to say she was the very first to write male-female pairings in the Omegaverse. That she alone innovated the trope and included rape and violence.
Whoa.
Whereas this wasn't seen too much in the Omegaverse before her totally awesome contribution. Cool. So the Omegaverse in fanfiction, which was usually two men having a gay relationship, was pretty cuddly and like kind of romantic and sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, and jizzy, but like it wasn't non-consensual or dubious consent. It wasn't forced. And Addison made it that way. Nice. Except that's not even true. Cry Wolf by Patricia Riggs, who I've read, or Briggs, I don't know which. I have read stuff by her, actually. I just can't remember any of it, probably because it's not good. This was published in 2008. So Addison, you lose. Cry Wolf was male and female pairings within the Omegaverse.
I'm glad that you cleared that one up.
It's important.
Oh, okay.
Addison Kane is it's not nice.
Yeah.
Addison sure loved filing DMC takedowns. Zoe wasn't the first, but Zoe was about to fight back.
She's gonna bite back and woo like a woof.
How'd that go?
Woo, that's my woof.
That's not... Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you an alpha, beta, or omega?
I'm a zeta. I'm the last one.
Oh, you're not like the other girls, I
No,
see.
no, I'm like the last woofuses. I'm constantly pregnant.
No!
Yeah.
The worst thing you've ever said.
Yeah. It's a chronic problem I have.
Oh, I don't like that.
No one
I don't
does.
like it.
No one does.
So, October of 2018, Zoe filed a lawsuit against Addison Kane's distributor in my home state of Oklahoma. Oklahoma, producing quality since 1979, the year of my birth, haters.
Dang.
Zoe also...
No coincidence.
No, none. Zoe also filed a claim against the publisher and Ms. Kane personally. She sued her for a bunch of stuff, guys. It just doesn't matter. Like defamation of character, emotional distress.
She upset my woof pack.
My woofs are upset within me. I have two, and I need to see a doctor.
They're just fighting each other constantly.
Yeah, my woofs are all upset, and it's just bad. So... But the crux of it was that these were false DMCA claims. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the person who filed the claim is legally liable if that claim proves to be false.
Okay.
That's a rule.
Yeah.
So this is going to get good. But the
good.
best part is the legal papers that include words like...
Woof?
Scent marking, imprinting, knotting, rutting,
No.
forced estrus,
Some lawyer had to read that.
cum. So much cum. And the list goes on. Delicious. A real courtroom. Courtroom. And these words were said out loud by lawyers.
Yes.
They're like, I'm afraid I don't understand why there's so much jizz involved.
There's not enough cum here.
I object. sustained. There were issues with the lawsuit, no matter how much fun it was. A lot of the law relies on precedents, and there had never been a case that featured fan fiction tropes.
There's not enough werewolves in the legal system.
No. Could those be protected against copyright claims? Nobody knew because there had never been a case like this before.
That's a shame. I'd pay more attention.
My favorite part, when I read over the court documents, and I read them all. I read them all. I'm crazy now.
The WoofCom.
There's so many fun things in there. The court, though, was very, very confused. It couldn't decide if Addison's book was fan fiction.
What, is real?
I mean, it is fan fiction, totally. The male protagonist is just fucking Bane, which is so silly that I die. Anyway, the court...
Does he have the mask?
No.
Oh.
But he had to... The court documents in this are a literal riot. They're asking Addison over and over for books were fan fiction. And she's like, no. And they're like, but they're in the Omegaverse, yeah? And she's like, yup, they sure are. And you don't own the Omegaverse? She's like, no, I do not. So it's fan fiction then. And Addison is like, no, it isn't. It's original and from my heart.
But where's the Omegaverse? Like,
Who was phone?
who was phone? Okay.
Yeah. But whether or not it is fan fiction, it is, had nothing to do with the case because that wasn't the issue. The issue was the DMC takedown notices, which Zoe claimed were abusive. But guess what? You can't copyright tropes, Addison. Yes, a lot of the tropes in the two books were the same, but that's because they're genre tropes. And let me give you an example.
I'm going to copyright heteronormity, yeah.
Ugh, barf. She invaded queer spaces and then was like, and then I made it het. Isn't that cool? Fuck off. So an example of tropes, genre tropes. Romance novels must have a happily ever after ending if you hope to sell books or get published traditionally. You can't do a romance story and have the characters cheat or break up in the end. That's not what readers expect when they go into that genre, so they're going to be pissed. And romance is a pretty broad genre with many subgenres. So for further example, if you have a paranormal romance book with vampires, the readers expect vampire shit. Like turning into a fucking bat and drinking...
Sparkling.
Drinking hot lady blood and being a fancy man.
Not if you're a vegetarian vampire. And
That's stupid, and I don't like that. Oh. And she didn't do that trope right, and it made me mad. Anyway, that's what I fucking expect. And as a reader and consumer of a vast array of smut, if my fancy man ain't creeping on a hot titty lady and drinking her blood while boning her better than any other dude has before, then I do not want it. Good day, sir.
Dang.
Good day. So the takedown notices were stupid, basically. Omegaverse is a set of genre tropes. That's it. It's fair use. That's all. In order to get out of this lawsuit, because it's not going well, Addison said that it wasn't her filing those bogus DMCA takedowns. It was her publisher.
Yeah, I was about to say she's going to blame the publisher.
Oh, she did. And since she had never even set foot in my home state, the court had no jurisdiction over her, and she signed a little old affidavit and everything.
Whoa, she made it
Pay
official.
attention to that part.
Okay.
This gets the motion against Addison dismissed. Cool, whatever. So the case moves forward against the distributor and the publisher. And we reach the part of the trial where we have something called discovery. Mm-hmm. That's where both sides are supposed to put forth all their evidence, all their documents, communications, and shit, so there are no surprise, last-minute bullshit things later on during the trial.
I have a surprise witness. It's a werewolf.
Oh, woo.
Yeah.
Look at my red rocket.
No.
So the distributor of Addison's books is like, I'd like to see all the communications between Addison Kane and her publisher, Blushing Books. Woo, boy.
Oh, is it good?
Here's where it gets spicy.
Okay.
The communications are clear. Addison wanted those claims filed and hid behind her publisher. She's the one who did it. Mm-hmm. The publisher agreed with her strategy to take the heat for filing them so Addison would look like a sweet angel baby who did no wrong. Addison perjured herself. So did the publisher. She hid behind her publisher, but it was her asking for the DMC takedowns. Mm-hmm. There were months of communications between Addison and her publisher just trying to generally ruin Zoe Ellis's writing career.
What a dick.
So as a result of this big oopsie, the case was closed, and it was found that those were false DMC takedown notices, and it was all over. In Oklahoma, there's more. This is so stupid.
Okay.
So there was a lawsuit in Virginia because Addison lives in Virginia, and Zoe Ellis filed a personal injury lawsuit against Addison. And the case closed officially in July of 2020. That shit drug out for 2 years.
Right.
And the case got dropped because Zoe's publisher ran out of money. Who was Zoe's publisher?
Was it Zoe? Was it Zoe all along?
It was Zoe all along.
It was like the Scooby-Doo thing where you take the thingy out, the mask off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And she made her own publishing company, when it dissolved,
Blushing Publishing? Or...
No, Blushing Publishing was Addison.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember fucking
Okay.
Zoe's because who cares? It's like Horny Ink or something. Who gives a shit? But basically, she dissolved her company so she couldn't be countersued by Addison because there was no one left to sue.
Dumb.
Shady as shit, right?
That is shady, yeah.
Both of these people suck, but Addison sucks more. So that's it, y'all. That's the Omegaverse and the federal case that went nowhere, really. And I may actually get a DMCA takedown for this because Addison is known for coming after content creators she perceives as making fun of her, which I'm doing it, Addison. I'm making fun of
Dang.
you.
I mean, nothing can happen because you're allowed to say what you want.
It's called fair use and parody. And I didn't read an excerpt from her novel because I'm not stupid. I read it from someone else's who's way better than you are, Addison. She's a better writer. Fight me.
Gauntlet thrown down.
I write better porn than Addison, straight up. And it doesn't involve anything like
Red rockets. No.
I have actually written no werewolf porn. I mean, I'm going to have to resolve this and probably do it eventually.
I mean, Red Rocket is a great publishing book name, like publishing house.
I'm torn on that.
I think it's
As
great.
will the heroine, she will be also.
Teabags will agree with me that you should make a publishing company called Red Rocket Publishing. I'm sure it's already been done.
So if you want a hilarious and more informed by smarter people who did even more research than me, go watch Lindsay Ellis's video. She has like 3 videos in this because Addison came after her for doing a big explanation.
What did she do? Just a cease and desist?
Tried to get her video taken down from YouTube. That's what a DMC takedown is.
Well, you got First Amendment, don't you? Because we're not like...
Well, because she was protected under fair use, her videos didn't get taken down, but she did get a cease and desist from Addison's lawyer, which Lindsay Ellis threw over her shoulder and didn't fucking care.
We could frame it.
I think she might have, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, she also works with Jenny Nicholson, who's one of my favorite YouTubers of all space and time. Go forth, because there are excerpts of Addison's book in that video, and then you can see just how absolutely unhinged it all is. It's very funny. Mm-hmm. And I will link all of the sources for this if you guys want the New York Times article where they did a
deep dive
porn.
on wolf porn.
Yeah, why did I cover this? Because I mentioned it in the Rougarou episode, and I was like, oh, I gotta share with you all my knowledge that I have of this in my brain, and have had for years.
Right.
So there you are, Merris. Now you know.
I don't want to know.
You can't unknow things.
I wish I could. I would unknow this.
So it's like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but just for the horrible things I tell you.
Yeah.
You want it erased from your memory.
Yes.
Yeah. So, now we're at the part of the episode that I like to call business time.
Business time?
We're going to get down to business.
Oh.
I'm going to stop talking in
dirty business.
In my dirty voice, because I don't think any of you see me that way. And if you do, please stop.
Please stop.
Please do not. Do not perceive me.
Cease and desist. I'll send you one.
I will send you a DMCA takedown if my sexy voice turns you on. How dare you? Anyway.
Right.
I would say buy soap, but I'm completely sold out of soap. So if you go onto my website and you're like, I can't buy any of your soap, well, there's other things on there.
Such as
tarot readings. That's right, y'all. Tarot. I've been reading tarot for like nearly 30 years, and I consider myself pretty good at it. I will link my Facebook page where I do my readings. They will also be on the website, and you can bundle them with other services.
Like what?
Why, a custom star chart painted by you, Merriweather.
Holy crap.
Indeed. Merris needs your date of birth, or it can be an anniversary, the time and the place, whatever, an important date to you, and he will paint you a picture of what the stars look like on that day in a very illustrative, old-timey style. They are fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Merris has many satisfied customers who have gotten this.
I satisfy everybody.
Oh. Well, I mean, true. I'm pretty satisfied with people. Yeah, you put yourself out
I
there.
did it. I made that joke, and
Boy, I am surprised.
I did it.
Merris is very buttoned up about that sort of thing, and now I'm sure he has regrets.
I do. But anyway, buy a painting.
Yes. So basically, you can get a tarot reading and a custom star chart. I bundle those things and knock off dollars, so it's cheaper in the long run. Yeah, but you can see the reviews of my readings too. That I'm very good and accurate and positive, which is really important to me. Even if your tarot cards are saying, "Oh my God, bitch, what are you doing?" I like to try.
Tower card.
Oh my God, there was this lady, I pulled Death, the Tower, and the Devil in the same hand. I'm like,
sorry,
girl,
lady.
what are you doing? Break up with him.
For real, that cards always say that.
They do say that frequently, and so do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go to my website, buy some jewelry, buy some art. I'll have my summer collection of soap up at the end of June. So, I mean, it's still a bit off, and I'm not going to make any soap until then because, no. Yeah.
Yep.
In addition, we have merch. You can get you a cruelty t-shirt. Not on my website, but we have the link in the link tree. You can get a mug, you can get stickers, you can get pens, little bags, whatever. They're very cute, very well made. I recommend them. In addition, we have a Patreon. We're kind of reworking some of our tiers right now, but go there and check it out. That's where I will post all the pictures for this case, and they will be safe for work for the most part.
Oh, damn it. Everyone's
Nobody
like, I'm
wants
here
to-
for the werewolf wieners.
Oh, Lord. You can Google that on your own.
You do your own research,
You
as
can
they
dirty
say.
up your own computer and your soul,
Yep.
but I'm not going to do that for you. I probably will include some court documents because they're very fun to read. Oh, usually legal documents are boring, but these are fucking delightful, and Addison Kane is such a bitch. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah, so that's all. I mean, we have books. If you want to read Merris's book, and yes, you do, because it's his birthday month, email me, and I will send it to you.
For free.
For free, for nothing.
For nothing.
Because I know that a lot of people in the global south, the prices of books are astronomical, and I don't want you to be not able to read something because you can't afford to read it. That's fucked up.
But if you want to throw some bucks, that's cool.
Yeah, if you want to buy us a coffee or go to my coffee tip jar and tip us some dollars, that's fine. And the last thing I will mention before I fly away into the night to write grosser porn than I read to you earlier is this. Hey, y'all. It's Merris's birthday month. Merris is going to be the big 40. Mm-hmm. He looks 25, but don't let that fool you.
No,
that
my
handsome
knees
face.
make sounds every time I walk.
He's the oldest man.
clack.
Clickety-clackety,
Yeah.
that's what I call him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's always clicking and popping. Because he has EDS, which is
Eds.
not funny.
Yeah, Eds.
Yes, he has Ehlers-Danlos, and it hurts. But yeah, his last birthday, if you listen to the last episode, I detailed it in all of its excruciating, shameful, and embarrassing detail, was so miserable. This year I want to take him to sushi dinner and get him a tattoo. What's the tattoo going to be of? Say it's cute.
Well, our middle kid drew a drawing when they were a small child, and I thought about getting the tattoo of the drawings. I still have it saved.
And what was the drawing of?
It was me and you, and we were holding hands with a little heart
It's really fucking cute.
drawn by a child, yeah.
Yeah, Val was 9, I believe, 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And it's very precious, and I think that's just the sweetest. So please help me make his birthday dreams come true. Merris also has an Amazon wish list in the description where he has a bunch of old man stuff.
Yeah, and we make this podcast. It's handmade. We have no we're not part of
Sponsors,
iHeart or anything.
No, we're independent.
Our producer is your oldest child, producer Will. So we do everything by hand, and everyone should help us out.
It is, I will say this, it is an astronomical amount of work.
Yeah.
I probably spend 30 hours a week researching alone. I'm the one who posts everything. Sometimes producer Will does, but I usually do. Willow takes care of the Instagram. Merris is here for comedic relief and emotional support of his overworked wife. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this does eat into my time to make money elsewhere, but I feel really strongly and passionately about it. Mm-hmm. I enjoy doing this a lot. So if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, and I say this every time, but I mean it, I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to me. We are all over the world.
Oh,
now.
tell your friend, you freeloader.
My God.
Yeah.
Ignore
Tell
him.
your friend, get more listener.
I mean, you can, but don't be weird about it.
Be weird about it.
What do you do? What are you
Just mixed
doing?
messages. Yeah.
Ugh, You don't listen to him. He's evil.
Yeah.
I know he looks really cute and handsome and stuff, and he's a funny guy, but he's evil as shit.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's why I like him,
Yeah.
if we're going to be honest. But anyway, that's what I got today.
That's
Check
it.
out our link tree. Our Discord is in there. Come to our Discord. That's not behind a paywall. Show me what you had for dinner. I don't care if that's Instagram circa 3 years ago. I want to see your fucking dinner.
I want to see pets.
I want to see your
Cute
kitty cats.
Aminals.
I want to see your puppy babies. I want to see your snake boys. Show me all your pets.
Hamsters.
We have yet to be given a hamster.
Or a guinea pig. Either way
guinea
is
pig.
acceptable.
And I also want your fresh hot memes.
Yeah.
I know that as a Gen Xer and an elder millennial here, are memes not in anymore?
Our memes, I don't know.
Are they out?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't care. I'm old, and I want to see your memes. Just ask one thing. Don't put the minion memes in there. I don't
Put
like
your
it.
minion memes in the Discord. Put all of them in there.
Why are you so mean to me? Do you want to get laid later?
Oh, yeah.
No minion memes. I'll even take a Joker meme over a minion meme. But don't you come to me with no stale meme.
No stale memes.
You get in there with a fresh ass meme that I ain't never seen before.
Right.
Good luck, because I've seen a lot of memes in my day.
Yep.
That sounded so threatening. Whatever, just come hang out in Discord.
Yeah.
It's not scary. And if you say, hey, Lillian, I am old like you, and I don't know anything about no Discord,
We don't know
scares me.
many memes.
Well, you know what? My kids taught me, so I can teach you. You just email me and say, Lillian, I'm confused and scared and angry,
Yeah.
and I will help you.
Yes.
But only with Discord. Don't ask for any other advice.
Right.
I'm just going to tell you to dump him and go smoke a joint about it or something.
Yeah.
It's not always the best advice. Usually it's pretty good, though.
Anyway.
Yes, enough of my rambling.
All right.
Are you werewolfing out?
Yes.
Oh my God, are you turning into the wolf man? Yes, well, Merris has got to go be a werewolf now, and we're going to go away and say goodbye.
Bye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Lee.